What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. You're catching me at the end of the day. I've had quite a few of these kind of just either really terrible zero bite days, or I'm getting lucky with like one fish and maybe one other bite. There have been quite a few trips that have been like this, and finally now enough that I can make a video on it. I've been saving the footage, and normally I'll just hold on to something if I think it's kind of cool, but all of my trips have just been very, very rough lately. So we're gonna go over the last 2 weeks of fishing and the fish that I've caught, how I've caught them, and a bit of the experience of winter bass fishing. I'm gonna throw this GoPro on and I'm actually gonna finish fishing out my day, and I'll tell you guys how it's been. You know when it's this time of the evening and you're out on the boat, you just really wish it was like 7 in the morning? That's how I feel right now. So a couple weeks ago, we started getting some really warm, beautiful weather here in the Richmond area. At some point in December, it was like a light switch. It got cold and it just stayed cold. I was really hoping we were gonna have some nice days in between, which in Virginia, normally we do. We'll get like a random, 50 or 60 degree day here and there. But unfortunately, this year it just was not happening. So I was stoked that it finally warmed up a little bit. Ooh. So 2 weeks ago, started the week off muskie fishing with Sam. Didn't go great. I didn't have any action all day. Didn't see any fish. Sam did end up catching 2 right at the end of the day, like within the last 20 minutes. But unfortunately, I didn't have enough to really make a video out of it. So that kind of sucked, but always fun fishing with Sam. The next day I got out, went and fished a local lake. I fished there a handful of times, and I really wanted to go to the river, but with like some of the rain that we'd had, it was kind of blown out. So I said, I'm gonna take a gamble and just go to this lake that I haven't been to since summertime. So ended up going there, and water temps were in the low 40s. The water was definitely stained, but it wasn't terrible. Like, it wasn't as bad as the river. And I was really hoping to find some suspended fish or fish just off the bottom on some points and stuff like that in the 10 to 15 foot range. And I did find fish. That's the thing. All the fishing that I've been doing, I've been able to find plenty of fish. I just cannot get them to eat. I don't know if I just completely forgot how to fish or what, but I'm having a really, really tough time with it. But anyway, I fished from like 9 a.m. till 5, and I ended up catching 1 fish, and it turned out to be my PB spotted bass, which I'm definitely stoked on. It was a great way to kind of kick off all the fishing that I've been doing. So here's that clip for you guys. Oh, good fish. Yeah, buddy. That is a stud. Wow. Long one. Smoked that jig. Look at that mud. That's a good fish. It's probably 4.5 or something. Let's see what we got. 460. That is a healthy freaking fish. I think this is a spotted bass too. Yep. Giant spotted bass. That's my PB spotted bass for sure. 1/2 ounce Guggen Squad and Catch Co football jig with an X-Zone Lures beaver styled trailer. Super stoked. It was a great fish. So I caught that spotted bass on the inside of a point leading into a creek, and it had a pretty steep dropping edge on the inside of that point. It was in about 10 to 12 feet of water, if I recall, and there was a big brush pile almost on a step. So if you're looking at the point, it comes down maybe 6 feet, and then it was almost like a little flat spot, and that's where the brush pile was, and then it dropped off again into 12 or maybe a little bit more. But I was very stoked to have caught that. That was the only fish that I caught all day. I had one other bite, and that was on the Guggen Squad and Catch Co gridiron jig, just a 1/2 ounce football jig, and I was popping that through that brush. I saw it on the live scope. It was pretty sick. Like as soon as I popped it over one piece, I didn't even see the fish at first, but then I saw something shoot through the brush and I figured he was coming from a bait. Sure enough, he popped it pretty good. So the day after that, I ended up going out to Lake Chesdin, which is about an hour south of me. Water looked good. It was really windy, but I was hoping with the cleaner water it would be a little bit easier to catch fish, whether I had to throw jerk baits or drop shots, Ned rig, you know, that kind of finesse winter deal, even silver buddies or any sort of blade bait. It was not that great. I had another day with one fish and one bite, and I was out from maybe 9 to 6, something like that. But the fish that I caught was actually a pretty good one. Ooh, thick one. Chill, 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 chill. Whew. All day. It's a healthy fish. 432. So you guys just saw that. That was another fish over 4 pounds. I caught it on the Ned rig, maybe in 7 or 8 feet of water. There's like a big branch that came off of that dock, and I noticed some fish in it, and I'd casted to it as I was leading myself into that dock. And once I got there, I basically was just yo-yoing it vertically, and that's when that fish ate, and I got really lucky and caught, again, my only fish of the day. But it turned out to be a good one, so I'm pretty stoked on that. So after Chesdin, I ended up going out to the river for the next 2 days, and I skunked both of those days. It was pretty tough. I fished 7 to 8 hours each day. I mean, that's how my winter fishing has been going this year. I don't know if it's because I'm just really not familiar with these bodies of water, or if I just am in a rut and I'm really sucking. Probably a little bit of both, but either way, I was gonna fish a tournament on Saturday, but I ended up going out to the James again after skunking Thursday and Friday, and I got lucky and caught one fish. I actually broke one off trying to boat flip it, which was just dumb with 8-pound test. I don't really know what I was thinking, but it was a good fish. And I think I just got a little ahead of myself. I was so excited I forgot what a fish felt like. Oh, yes, sir. Oh, that was dumb. I just tried to, that was stupid. Oh, very good fish. Not gonna boat flip this one. Oh, baby. Come here. Ah, yeah. That is a good one. On the Ned rig. Solid. Probably 4 something. Both on a Ned rig. I was throwing a 10th ounce Ned head with the Yoga Pants TRD. I ended up having like 2 or 3 other really good bites, but I missed the fish on the hook set, and I don't know if it's because they didn't eat it all the way or what. Ended up being a decent outing compared to the last few that I'd been out on. It's funny, I had a conversation about this with Billy Bates the other day when we were fishing. We both were talking about just having consecutive, extremely tough days in a row. And he was saying that like last year, the year before, he went like 5 or 6 trips without any fish in the winter. I think I was on like 2 or 3 trips with no fish, and I just was like, dude, it's funny how we wake up to go fish and you don't think about how you got skunked and stood on the boat for 8 hours and your back was killing you and you didn't get a single bite all day. Like, it doesn't matter. You wake up and you're like, I'm gonna go catch one today or catch a few today. Blind fishing hope. I don't know what to call it, but I am very much in that boat where every day that I wake up and I can go fish, I'm like, all right, it's gonna be a good day. It's ridiculous. Even after having like 3 or 4 days of being skunked, I'll still go to the same spot and I'll still think it's gonna be good, but I don't really see that changing anytime soon. That actually leads me right into the power plant lake. I actually spent 2 days there. I ran into Uncle Jack, and he has a house out there, so he let me crash, and spent 2 days fishing. 1 day solo and 1 day with Billy Bates, and we crushed him. We caught a ton of fish, nothing big, but maybe the biggest about 3 pounds. A ton of fish on jerk baits, quite a few fish on Ned rigs and drop shots. It was a lot of fun. I was like, what the? Oh! Whoa! No! What happened?
I bit it right at the boat. That was so sick.
Hell yeah. Anyways, that brings us to this week. And yesterday, woke up bright and early, ran out to the James, and got skunked again. That place has been, it's literally just had my number, except for the one day that I caught the one fish that was over 4, and I tried to boat flip the one and just had a couple more bites. That was a good day, but I'm still learning all these fisheries, like having a lot of fun. That's the thing, is like I don't want to say I don't like going out with people and fishing, but I love trying to learn a body of water myself. It's something that I really truly enjoy about fishing, like putting something together and getting bit and then being able to duplicate it, and you know, finding spots and working things out. That's one of my favorite things about fishing. Anyway, this morning again, woke up bright and early and decided to come out here, fish another local lake, and I thought it was going to be a pretty good day because the first spot I rolled up on, like within 3 minutes I caught a pretty big pickerel, and then maybe 2 casts after that I caught like a 4.38. It was 3.8 pounds. Yeah, caught it on the Mega Bass Vision 110 +1, fishing a point. Just basically goes from like 6 feet down to 12, and it's right along a channel swing, and it leads up to a channel edge. There's a bunch of cypress trees that are deep around that area, so I figured it would be good. I had probably 3 or 4 other fish eat the jerk bait, but it just came unpinned, and now we're here. 5:50 Tuesday afternoon, throwing a liftless crankbait. I know this video was a little bit different than most, and trust me, if I could have made videos every one of these days that I've been out, I would have, but it's very difficult to put something together when you're only getting 1 fish a day and maybe 1 other bite. So I figured this would be a cool way to share with you guys what I've been up to. Luckily, since it's late February, within the next month, I really think that the bite's gonna turn on, the water's gonna start warming up, and the fishing should get significantly better. My goal this spring is to break my PB, which is 888. I definitely think that's possible, especially because I'm gonna hammer it. This spring I'm gonna fish as much as I possibly can, film as many videos as I possibly can. Who knows, maybe we'll do another 30-day fishing challenge or something like that to kick it off. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's a little different than most, but I'm glad to have shared it with you guys. Thank you so much for watching. keep your heads up. Spring is almost here. See you on the next one. If I do end up catching some in the next 30 minutes, I'll share that with you too. Oh God! Oh, that's a big fish. Oh. Yes! Oh my God, giant. Oh. Woo! That's a good way to finish her off right there, boys. Oh my God, he's huge. Huge. That's at least 7. Wow, that might be bigger than 7. I don't know, that might be 8. I haven't caught a fish as big in so freaking long. Holy cow. What a freaking stud. 732. What a way to finish it off. Look at that beautiful fish. Huge. Look at the mouth. So cool. 2 fish a day, baby. All about it. All right, we're gonna let her go. Time for you to go back. Oh, as the day is winding down, got super lucky and caught one on the glide. It's the Fish Everything paperweight. It's one of my favorite glides. I love throwing that thing around. Super comfortable with it. Have a lot of confidence in it. It's caught me quite a few big fish. That just wraps everything up so perfectly. The bite has been terrible today. I started off strong and then finished off with that one. I'll take that fish any day. That's the kind of fish I could go out and catch one of all day, and I could do that all the time. That's a big fish. But hope you guys enjoyed. See you on the next one.